In a quiet corner of a bustling American city, young Michael's world was anything but peaceful. Orphaned at a tender age, he was shuttled from one relative's house to another, each home colder and more unwelcoming than the last. Michael soon learned that love was a luxury he couldn't afford. Meals were often missed, and when they weren't, they were meager. His clothes, ill-fitting hand-me-downs, always highlighted his small stature compared to his peers. Michael's aunt and uncle, burdened by their own struggles, saw him as another mouth to feed, a constant reminder of their own scarcity. "You're just another charity case, Michael," his aunt would sigh, her voice laced with tired resentment. "You'll never amount to anything." School became an unattainable dream, replaced by a long list of chores and a gnawing, empty stomach. While other children chased baseballs in the park or buried their noses in books, Michael spent his days trying to be useful. He ran errands for a few cents, washed cars, or carried groceries for elderly neighbors, anything to earn a bite to eat or avoid the harsh glares waiting for him at home. But kindness was fleeting. When a neighbor's prize-winning dog fell ill, whispers spread that Michael's presence brought bad luck. His aunt and uncle, quick to believe the worst, packed his meager belongings into a tattered backpack and left it on the porch. "We can't have this kind of trouble here," his uncle muttered, slamming the door on Michael's last hope of a home. Michael walked for hours, the city's towering buildings blurring through his tear-filled eyes. Hunger gnawed at him, and his worn-out shoes offered little protection from the cold pavement. He knew the taste of despair, the gnawing emptiness of an empty stomach as well as his heart. One evening, the rich aroma of freshly baked goods wafted from a small, bustling eatery on a street corner. Michael pressed his face against the glass, watching the smiling customers, the vibrant display of sandwiches and the warm light within. He swallowed hard, his throat dry. The owner, a large man with kind eyes, saw Michael. Before he could be shooed away, Michael blurted out, "Please, sir, can I work for you? I'll do anything. I'm a fast learner." The owner looked Michael up and down. "You're too small, kid. What could you possibly do here?" Michael's voice trembled. "I can sweep, mop, clear tables, wash dishes. I can make your shop spotless so more people will want to come." The owner hesitated, then shook his head. "No, kid. Just go. There's no work for you." Michael pleaded, desperate, until the owner, with a sigh, finally relented. "All right, you can try. But if you're slow or break anything, you're out. And you'll only get scraps." Michael's heart soared. "Thank you. Thank you." He started that night, scrubbing floors until his arms ached, his reward an old bagel and a slice of leftover turkey. But the job didn't last. Weeks later, during a busy lunch rush, Michael, small and easily overlooked, accidentally tripped a waitress carrying a tray of drinks. The owner's patience wore thin. "You're too clumsy, kid. This isn't for you. Get out." Each rejection was a heavy blow, but somehow Michael refused to shatter. He whispered to himself, "This isn't my story. This isn't how it ends. I have to keep fighting." Have you ever felt like the world was pushing you down, testing every fiber of your being? Michael lived that reality every day. Yet, a tiny defiant spark still flickered deep within him, a belief that his life had a greater purpose. That same evening, Michael found himself on a cold park bench, the city lights shimmering around him like distant, indifferent stars. His stomach growled, but his mind felt surprisingly clear. He looked up at the vast, inky black sky. A single star seemed to wink, a silent beacon of hope. It was as if the universe itself was saying, "This isn't your fate, Michael. You can write a new one." In that moment of solitude, a fierce promise solidified in his heart. "I won't let my past define me. One day I'll do something great, something truly meaningful." As dawn broke, fueled by nothing but an ironclad resolve, Michael left the city park. He walked for miles, his young body aching, until he reached the bustling industrial district. A chaotic symphony of whirring machinery and clanging metal filled the air. He spotted a busy auto repair shop, the air thick with the scent of oil and gasoline. An old mechanic, wiping grease from his hands, noticed the scrawny, determined young Michael. "Looking for work, kid?" he grumbled. Michael nodded instantly. "Yes, sir. I'll do anything you need." The work was grueling. Michael spent his days lugging heavy tires, sweeping filthy, greasy floors and fetching tools. His hands were always dirty, his muscles always sore. But he never complained. Perhaps young Michael had found his calling. He loved repairing machines and engines, and he diligently carried out every task the boss assigned. Michael didn't just lug tires. He taught himself about engine structures and car ailments, even though he was only assigned minor repairs. The greasy, grimy, arduous work in the repair shop, with the smell of engine oil, didn't deter Michael. He always worked hard, learned diligently, and was honest in everything he did. The kind owner treated Michael like a son, teaching him everything, and the mechanics at the auto garage also grew fond of Michael and treated him kindly. Have you ever seen someone so eager, so determined to learn with such passion? That was Michael. Michael gradually grew into an agile and competent young man. Amidst the competition between repair shops, while other apprentices grumbled about long hours, low pay, and hard work, Michael toiled with silent, focused determination. He observed how engines were meticulously dismantled and reassembled, how problems were diagnosed and repaired, listening, memorizing, and absorbing. During breaks, instead of rushing to rest, even if the customer's repair wasn't finished, Michael would diligently work until it was complete. If there was anything difficult to understand or needing clarification, Michael would seek out old, experienced mechanic Uncle John for guidance. The young man craved knowledge, continuously learning, and dreamed of a better future. Little by little, he strove even when his body was exhausted and tired every day after work, sleeping and then returning to the hectic work cycle the next day. Michael constantly learned and strived even when no one saw his potential. Day by day, Michael learned the intricate workings of engines, the complex repairs of vehicles, and crucial customer service skills, how to greet customers warmly and friendly, and how to calm angry and frustrated customers. Michael conversed with customers, preventing them from getting angry about long waits in line or for car repairs. He also conversed and analyzed situations to help customers who were very angry and cursing understand why their car broke down after being repaired at the shop for some time, and he proposed solutions to reassure them to leave their car at the shop for careful inspection and repair. Deep down, Michael yearned for more than just fixing minor car parts. One afternoon he approached the head mechanic, a gruff but fair man. "Sir," Michael began, his voice surprisingly steady, "please, give me a chance to handle a more complex repair. Just once. If I mess it up, I'll leave without a word." Hesitantly, the shop foreman agreed and deliberately assigned Michael a damaged customer car that the shop had already repaired, but the customer had returned, requesting a fix that still wasn't right. To everyone's surprise, Michael excelled. He approached the malfunctioning engine with near-surgical precision, quickly identifying the problem and flawlessly repairing it. He even made a practical suggestion that improved the shop's workflow, something more seasoned mechanics had overlooked. Slowly, skepticism turned into respect. The other mechanics, who once saw Michael as nothing more than a broom boy, began to appreciate his insights. They started calling him Mikey, a sign of their growing camaraderie, and often sought him out for his astute observations. Michael quickly became indispensable in the repair shop. As he earned their trust, Michael didn't just take on more repair jobs, he began to advocate for his colleagues. He suggested better safety procedures, fairer shift rotations, and even helped mediate disputes within the team. He inspired them to take pride in their work, reminding them of the essential service they provided. All the while, Michael meticulously saved every dollar, spending his evenings devouring every book and online course he could find on automotive engineering and business management. Years of tireless dedication and silent effort began to bear fruit. His reputation for craftsmanship and reliability spread, and soon local dealerships and independent garages, when faced with difficult-to-fix cars, began seeking out Michael for specialized repairs and consultation. He earned a great deal of money, and he wasn't just fixing cars. He was making a name for himself, one perfectly tuned engine at a time. Do you see? Success isn't a stroke of luck. It's built on countless hours of unseen effort, the quiet courage to take risks, and the unwavering determination to press on when everything seems stacked against you. Michael proved that even the faintest spark of determination can illuminate an entire path to extraordinary achievement. Years later, Michael stood proudly before the largest state-of-the-art repair garage in the Oregon State area bearing his name, a testament to the incredible distance he had traveled. The young Michael who once begged for scraps of food and scrubbed greasy floors was now the owner of 3 large repair garages in the region. But success didn't harden Michael's heart, it only deepened his sense of purpose. When Michael returned to the old auto repair shop, the whispers of recognition turned into heartfelt applause. The mechanics who once doubted him, the shop owner who had dismissed him, they now greeted Michael with awe and respect. But Michael didn't return to receive their praise. He returned to survey factories with orphans and impoverished families who had to start working early, giving them financial assistance and providing them with scholarships to ensure that other children with a thirst for learning and changing their destiny, like the young Michael he once was, would not have to walk life's harsh roads alone. Michael established the Michael's Motors Scholarship Fund, providing full scholarships to promising young mechanics and engineers from disadvantaged backgrounds. He also founded the Driven Dreams Fund, an organization that builds safe, nurturing homes for orphaned and vulnerable teenagers, offering them the stability and education he was denied. Michael's actions resonated more powerfully than any speech. Your beginning doesn't determine your end. Hardship isn't a barrier, it's fuel for your resilience. Think about it. How often do we let failures crush us instead of allowing them to forge our strength? Michael's incredible journey is living proof that persistence, a commitment to continuous learning, and a willingness to turn every obstacle into a stepping stone can transform the most desolate circumstances into a blueprint for greatness.